Hey, how's everyone going? Welcome to Borderlands 3, everything we know about Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 is the fourth main game in the franchise, the fifth overall entry in the Borderlands game series, currently under development. At PAX East 2019, an official trailer teaser was there titled Mask of Mayhem, which released the trailer features of animated 3D collage of various characters, both new and familiar, made to look like porcelain. At the end of the trailer zooms out to reveal the collage is in the shape of a psycho mask, which in the tagline, Mayhem is coming. Borderlands website underneath it. The day after, during Gearbox's presentation, a full reveal trailer for Borderlands 3 was showcased. It showed off new characters, including the Vault Hunters, returning characters, a new villainous duo, and several new enemies and weapon designs. Borderlands 3 will be coming out on September 13th, 2019 on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and everyone's favorite gaming store for the PC, Epic. It also has Steam release date in April 2020 and a unconfirmed date. So first things first, we're going to dive into the 4 new characters we have into the game. We do look at the new cover art for the game, which looks pretty wacky. A bunch of guns, the psycho guy holding the number 3, and the Vault Hunter sign below them. Which is quite fantastic. It's a wacky action-packed shooter, has a bunch of guns, even walking guns this time around. So Borderlands 3, we're going to take a look at the main protagonists that will probably fight you throughout the rest of the campaign. The Calypso twins, from wreaking havoc across the galaxy. Obviously, the loony Borderlands humor will be full effect here, so it will certainly won't be a gritty save-the-world sci-fi story. You'll get to pick from the four Vault Hunters to get shooty with, each with their own abilities, playstyles, skill trees, and playable characters. Moze, the gunner, which is like your soldier. Amara, the siren. Flak, the Beastmaster, and Zane, the operative. The gunner is self-explanatory. The siren is a brawler capable of summoning ghostly fists to do the punching for her. The Beastmaster is just as lazy, gets its crummy critters to deal with combat. And finally, the operative is the stealth option, claiming more gadgets and gizmos than Q from James Bond. There will be many maps, environments to explore this time around, as well as worlds beyond the planet at Pandora, from desolate deserts to crowded cities. Gearbox Software promises a lot of new locations to loot. And with Borderlands series, where renowned for its cooperative mode, there is a fancy new level sync system this time around. Whether you're playing online or split screen, you can play with your friends regardless of level or mission progress. You won't have to worry about fighting over loot like vultures over a carcass either, as every individual player will reap the rewards despite taking down enemies as a team. Split screen will be a big part of Borderlands 3, and as of every Borderlands 3 game, being on the next-gen console, I haven't really played a Borderlands with split screen, so having that option onto Borderlands 3, having split screen, like say if I could play with my brother and play with 2 people, also split screen like at a friend's house, and continue dominating and having fun, I think that would be a huge point of Borderlands 3, which seems pretty interesting. We see a lot of like new games starting to take this kind of approach, and it's going to be kind of different compared to most looter shooters where, especially Borderlands in the previous days, they'd go to kill a boss. Well, there's this guy standing right next to the boss. He gets all the legendary loot, and you guys are just SOL. It gives it more opportunity to get more weapons, but I feel like they'll dumb down how rare the boss weapons will be this time around. Borderlands' original pitch was focusedly entitled on obscure number of weapons to be found across Pandora, as in all the titles that have been released to this point. It wasn't uncommon to come across a new firearm every couple of minutes. We're constantly switching up your arsenal to increase attack power and accommodate for different enemy types. We want this to be the continue of Borderlands 3 and perhaps be expanded upon even further weapon types, potential customization. So there's new weapon companies this time around in Borderlands 3, manufacturer bonuses, they can curve, do all these types of weird things, and they provide, high damage, stuff like that. So Jacobs, obviously ricocheted bullets, deliver critical and hits to enemies soft and sensitive, then Joy Puke as bullets ricochet towards other targets. Atlas obviously is tracker, so it kind of just shoot and it goes right towards it. That's about it. Theodore, pursuit guns, toss your gun like a grenade when you reload them, then pursue nearby enemy as a fully loaded version destructs in your hand. That was a pretty fun one. Hyperion is shield and accuracy, aim down sights to take cover behind your weapon mounted shield and keep your finger on the trigger for increased accuracy. Dull is toggle between alternative fire modes depending on your playstyle, your predicament, and your predilization of bonus damage. Vladoff underbarrel attachments augment these rapid-fire ammo-hungry guns with underbarrel attachments including tasers, rocket tubes, and additional gun barrels. Torg, sticky explosive projectiles, one of my favorite classes, switch between regular and sticky projectile fire modes. Stickies do more damage if a bunch of them detonate on the same target. Maliwan, multiple enemy elements, toggle between 2 elements, charge your weapon, and deal guaranteed elemental damage with your finger glued to the trigger. Children of the Vault, infinite ammo. Enjoy uninterrupted damage dealing courtesy of infinite ammo magazines, occasionally interrupted by unpredictable overheating. So that's a lot of new things. I do like the Children of the Vault infinite ammo guns. They're probably not as damage efficient as other series as like a Torg or a Vladolf, but it seems like that's kind of like they kind of taken away the energy weapons from Borderlands 1 and kind of made it its own spin. It's interesting that Children of Vault are yet another weapon manufacturer, though. I guess I wasn't surprised given that others like Torg and Hyperion have been huge parts of the story. Their weapons don't sound all that nuts offhand, given that they kind of sound like energy weapons that over. The possibility of crossplay coming to Borderlands 3 is also a huge topic for debate. Some eagle-eyed fans noticed that Borderlands 3 Microsoft Store page has reference to crossplay, which has been removed, but the best thing is the internet does not forget. Unfortunately, the store listing does not specify what type of crossplay support the game will have, but presumably it will crossplay between PC and Xbox One and PC and PlayStation 4. It's possible PS4 and Xbox One will speak to each other, but only a few games currently do this, so it seems more unlikely than likely. Whatever the case should be, it should be no surprise that Gearbox boss Randy Pitchford has a big prominent of crossplay and has said multiple times that Gearbox wants to help propel the industry forward in this regard. That said, officially, crossplay support hasn't been confirmed. In fact, their standard PR person said, crossplay is something we're looking closely, but do not have anything to confirm or announce at this time, said a person for 2K. Handsome Jack proved to be a brilliantly entertaining villain in Borderlands 2 and will cavalcade of downloadable content only went and introduced more and more loving, crafted baddies. We want Borderlands 3 to take it up a notch, introducing a primary antagonist capable of constantly outsmarting us until the very end. This will make bringing them down all the more satisfying. First, 2 titles experimented with different classes, but never immensely expanded its ambition in terms of how many classes we could toy with at any given time. We've already seen 4 confirmed, but we'd love to see more added in a later date. So kind of like how Borderlands 2 added the Psycho and added many of the other types of classes and Claptrap and stuff like that. And we would like to see more classes, like a fully fledged hub area where we can create and swap between characters. Like Borderlands 2, you could do your skins, but this would be more like, not possibly something that could happen, but something that I like to throw in there. We could swap between multiple characters, more enticing for people, but then you would be overpowered at any given time. Say if everyone would be playing as a Siren or something, I don't know. It's exciting to see what kind of new worlds Borderlands 3 will bring, as we've seen what they can do creatively with Borderlands the pre-sequel, Borderlands 2, and Borderlands 1. We've seen their work in the past, and we've seen what they have to offer in the Borderlands 3 gameplay trailer, and boy, am I excited. This is probably one of the biggest games that are going to be possibly coming out this year, as everything continuously gets pushed back, like Oddworld Soulstorm, for example, getting pushed back yet again. But we'll have that, more information on that game soon to come. And if we find anything more interesting or anything new about Borderlands 3, we'll let you know. Other than that, that's all the new maps, the new weapons, the main villains, the new characters, what they do. I'm excited to see what kind of DLC content this game brings, as they are going to be releasing a season pass for DLCs, most likely, as they have with all the rest of the other games. So expect those DLC characters coming very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really excited to bring more Borderlands 3 content to you guys, as Borderlands has been a big series with me. Not really on this channel, because I've never really played Borderlands on this channel yet, but Well, not actually. That's a lie. I played Borderlands, a pre-sequel, when it first came out. But anyways, yeah, so much for watching. I really hope you guys appreciate all this content. Everything. Make sure you subscribe for more everything you know about certain types of video games. We've covered Oddworld, Soulstorm. We've done a couple other games, Cyberpunk 2077, stuff like that. So we're really excited to bring more content like this to you guys very soon. And I really appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving me on all the videos and the support's just fantastic. I could not thank you guys so much for that. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.